It started 4 years ago, in 2016. We have come all the way doing consultations. We have not only listened to our CSOs and citizens speak about this framework, but we have also benchmarked. We went to India to see their social accountability, where India, they have a director of social accountability, social audits, who is funded by the state in India. There is a budget line for this. We also went to the Philippines, where they have citizen participatory audits, where the Office of the Auditor General leads, but they are also using their resources within the budget to support that program, and it's working, and their results, and we could be able to see what they have been able to achieve, especially on social programs for the people. It's a wonderful exercise. Within the country here, the citizens we have met, they have said they have overwhelming support for this program. They could wish that we are able to get the resources we require, the support we require to ensure that it works, because they can see the benefits at the end of the tunnel. I wish to welcome you at this moment to address us and give us the wisdom. I know you have a lot of schedule, but we appreciate for your coming. Thank you very much. Let's give him a big round of applause. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I know it's a very chilly morning, but I'm very pleased to join you. And I want to thank the Office of the Auditor General for inviting me here. Actually, the OAG is one office that is most feared, because very few people know what it does. And when I received this invitation, I called my peers and asked, do you have some audit queries? Do you have some problems? And I was told, no, it had nothing to do with what you're doing at the ministry. It has something to do with a framework that is being developed to ensure that citizens play a role in enhancing accountability in management of our public resources. So I was very, very pleased to come and join you, because as the Minister for Devolution, I do know that in this country, devolution is really a game changer. Indeed, since we promulgated our constitution in 2010, we have seen major changes in our country, across the country, across all our counties. The only challenge we are facing now is really the challenge of corruption. As you know, our president has declared war against corruption. He's leading from the front, from the top, but we are also urging our governors to lead from the ground, from the counties. We are also urging private sector to play their role, but most importantly, our civil society would like to see the citizens also participate. Citizens' participation is very, very important. And that is why when I heard about this framework, I was very happy to come and see what you have developed. And I'm told it's a process that has gone on for almost 4 years. And you've been to different regions of our country. And you've been to many counties and engaged our counties as well. So I'm very, very happy to be here. And also just to say that when you look at our constitution, the very first article places power in the hands of the people. All sovereign power in our country, according to our Constitution 2010, belongs to the people, the citizens of this country. So you cannot do anything and put the citizen aside. You cannot ignore the citizen. You cannot sideline that citizen. So the citizen must be put at the center of everything that we do. And Kenya also being a democratic multi-party state, we do recall from ancient Greece, where we derived our democracy. And really, it's a word derived from two Greek words. Demos meaning people, the citizen. And krasi meaning rule by the people. So we must have the people, the citizen at the center. For many years, I think this is an area we have not developed a framework, how to engage that citizen and ensure public participation in what we do. So today I'm very, very happy to witness this framework coming into place and attending this final validation workshop. I think it was the Greek philosopher Aristotle who once said that if liberty and equality are to be found in democracy, then this can only be attained if all the citizens have a full share in government to the utmost. So the citizen must be involved and must be put at the center of things. So I'm very, very happy to be here with you, and to also just emphasize that our constitution makes citizen participation a central part of Kenya's governance system. Indeed, Article 10 recognizes participation of the people as one of our national values and principles of governance. Public participation, or citizen engagement, if you like, is actualized through civic education frameworks that provide for standardized principles, objectives, designs, and implementation. Indeed, the Office of the Auditor General is the institution that symbolizes the principle of accountability in the minds of many Kenyans. Ladies and gentlemen, if citizens are to exercise their rights and discharge their responsibilities as members of self-governing communities, they not only need to acquire a body of knowledge, they also need to acquire relevant intellectual and participatory skills. Therefore, in a democratic society such as ours, civic education most assuredly needs to be concerned with promoting understanding of the ideas of democracy and a reasoned commitment to the values and principles of democracy. That does not mean, however, that democracy should be presented as a utopia. Democracy is not utopian, and citizens need to understand that, lest they become cynical or apathetic. To be effective, civic education must be realistic. It must address central truths and political life. This is true of our country, Kenya, as we need to nurture our devolved system of governance that is only about 6 years old. The need for concerted effort to provide civic education cannot be overemphasized. Without civic education, we face the danger of citizens becoming cynical, apathetic, and withdrawn from participating in matters of governance, and thereby endangering our democracy and particularly our devolved system of government. In a self-governing society such as Kenya, citizens are decision makers. Citizens need to evaluate, take and defend positions on issues of public agenda. This, ladies and gentlemen, is what effective public participation is all about. Informed, effective, and responsible public participation in the political process and in civil society means that our citizenry must have the ability to, one, communicate and work cooperatively with others, to question, to answer, and to deliberate with civility, as well as to build coalitions and to manage conflict in a fair and peaceful manner. Secondly, to track the handling of issues by the political process and by government. Thirdly, to exercise oversight, watchdog functions on matters that affect their daily lives. Fourthly, to influence both the formal and informal processes of governance in their community. These are indeed high ideals and seemingly daunting tasks, but initiatives such as the development of the citizen engagement framework that we validate today are indeed a major step in this journey. It is a journey that all Kenyans must work together. We cannot build a free and open society without the commitment of all citizens to the fundamental values and principles of democracy. We cannot succeed in attaining the objects of devolution enshrined under Article 174 and 175 of our Constitution without the citizen being put at the center of it all. We cannot also succeed in achieving these objectives, and therefore it is imperative that educators, policymakers, and members of civil society make the case and ask for support of civic education from all segments of society and from the widest range of institutions at both levels of government, because we must involve the counties even as we engage the national government. It is gratifying to note, therefore, that the document we validate today has been developed through a very elaborate process of stakeholder engagement, and these included members of the public, civil society, faith-based organizations, and the world of academia was also fully engaged, the private sector, professional bodies, international experts, as well as national and county government officers. Their contributions and views that enrich these guidelines are very, very much appreciated. Ladies and gentlemen, we look forward to seeing the efforts put in the development of these guidelines transform the process of public audit, improve citizen participation in holding government to account, and as well as contribute to accelerated economic growth in Kenya to ensure realization of our Big Four agenda, our Vision 2030, and Africa's Agenda 2063. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and I wish you fruitful deliberations. Asanteni sana.
Please, let's give the CS another round of applause. Thank you for a very warm and very educative, very informative, very effective discussion on how we can be able to move forward. We really